Hello and welcome. This is Kuća Collective on one and only Select Radio. Today it's myself, Mantas Meiz, alongside J-Mac, presenting you the best in electronic and dance music with Afro twist. So sit back and enjoy the journey.
Back again with your favorite trio, -1, as Suga C is enjoying a well-earned break. This week, we have some of the best progressive house lined up and ready to go, with loads of awesome new music on the way from the likes of Max FREEGRANT, ANUQRAM, ISSE MARAA, Space Motion and more. I'm starting you off this week with the super talented Swedish duo Dancing on Lego. Do the Swedes have something in their blood that just makes them ultimate producers? Anyway, they have teamed up with GOOM, another hugely talented duo, and brought us this gorgeous track to start the show. ID is Before My Eyes, and it's hot off the press on Monoberry Records.
how good does that first track sound in? Up next we got my favorite Afro House DJs Space Motion teaming up with Stylo for their newest track Apocalypse.
With Kuća Collective.
Another duo of DJs up next, Cosmic Gate, which consists of two boss men of the trance scene. They have been going on since 1999, and back in 2009, where they were voted number 19 in the world in DJ Mag's Top 100. Recently, they've been making some absolutely epic tracks, and this one's no different. They have teamed up with Grammy-nominated vocalist and songwriter for their brand new track, I'm on Fire, now on Wake Your Mind Records.
It's in the silence. Can you feel warmth in the dark? Can you feel embers all around us in the dark?
hope you guys loving today's radio show so far as we do. Massive shout out to Corina and Ola. I know you girls always listening our weekly shows. Up next we got a little heavier ID. At least that drop will hit you guys heavy. So turn up your speakers for this one. Track ID, Vakabular and SNGI, Shades of Life. This is the drop I mentioned earlier.
hope you're all enjoying the music this week. The weather slowly warming up for spring certainly helps those energy levels. So last week we finished the show with the gorgeous new track Reverie by ISSE MARAA. And this week we thought it would be fitting to play it again. Only this time we have Italian legend Guy Barone on the remix duties.
Yes, what a track this is. I know you guys gonna love it.
Radio is our house.
Okay guys, let's slip in something heavier and more melodic techno-like. Incoming next, Collective States with their track ARRAKIS and that lovely bass line.
This
track that was. A show favourite now dropping, a man that can't do no wrong, Space Motion, a Serbian DJ and producer who always brings a special blend of unique energy which he displays in his genres of techno, progressive and deep house, all while retaining that Space Motion sound. This is his newest ID, La Musica, out now on his own label, Space Motion Records.
is Kuća Collective.
Yes, guys, I hope you're loving the show so far. And if you do, don't forget to check our YouTube channel where you got all our previous radio shows. And now let's drop the energy level for some nice, dreamy, progressive vibes. Track ID, Rebel of Sleep, Runaway. Enjoy.
Up next, a duo I've not personally seen too much of over the last few years. I remember my playlists back in the early 2010s are being filled with their unique mashups of all the popular tracks coming out. And they were masters of their game, so I'm happy to see them back with a blast. The DJs from Mars are a crazy bunch, and if you haven't seen them, check out their crazy cardboard heads. It's like you ordered Deadmau5 from Wish. Anyway, they have teamed up with MATTN and Tree Talk on this. ID is Sweet Escapes.
Heaven's on my mind, but I don't know how to reach the sky when I'm so low. You were by my side and now you're gone. Now you're gone, you're all I want. I've been losing sleep, walking in my dreams, hoping that I'll find you there. Falling far too deep, wishing that we'd be somewhere in the midnight air. A sweet
Radio is our house.
I've been losing sleep, walking in my dreams, hoping that I'll find you there. Falling far too deep, wishing that we'd meet somewhere in the midnight air. A sweet escape. Don't I wanna feel when I'm awake? A sweet escape. You make every dream a sweet escape. A sweet escape.
Okay guys, we are 45 minutes into our show and I have no idea where the time gone. Probably because we love what we do. Anyways, incoming next, another brand new release from Max FREEGRANT and Slowfish, Fine Day. The original been remixed so many times, to be honest, I think this is the best one so far.
So if you're in Norwich this Friday, but you have been living under a rock, then you wouldn't know that the legendary Cafe Mambo's is coming to town with their UK tour, and yours truly is on warm-up duties. With the legends that are Brandon Block, Danny Ramplin and Shades of Rhythm headlining, it's going to be epic night, so make sure you get down there. I will also be hosting the official pre-party, and we have boss man himself, Joshua Roberts, bringing his live drums and DJ set along, so expect nothing short of the best night Norwich has had in years. Anyway, back to the music. Up next, brand new music from Tom Ferry and MOONE. This is Read My Mind.
Sorry if I seem more quiet. I'm just trying to figure out a way to say the words right. We've been living in my head, stuck fast to the walls, taking such deep breaths of I know that you get lost in my silence. I wish you could read my mind, read my mind, read my Sorry if I seem quiet. I'm just trying to figure out a way to say the words right. We've been living in my head, stuck fast to the walls, taking such deep breaths of I wish you could walk deep in the garden and shadow you. Read my mind, read my mind, read my mind. I hope that you know you're not forgotten. I wish you could read my mind, read my mind, read my mind.
Unfortunately, our show coming to an end. So quickly, just wanna drop you shout outs and present you the last track. So a massive shout out to Corina, Ula, our fellow DJ Suga C, and our boss man himself, Joshua Roberts. Get well soon, buddy. I miss you in the gym. And leaving you with this beauty, ANUQRAM with Safari. Enjoy, guys. Take care. We catch you next week. Same place, same time. Love you all. Kuća Collective out.
In the mix with Kuća Collective.
my friends. This one goes out to all the lovers of true house music. About the spirit that makes us move and the